Trump says immigrants are eating cats and dogs and ducks in Ohio.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
David Muir of ABC said that the city manager of Springfield, Ohio, says there's no evidence of this, but there actually are multiple reports that this is happening, including from this man who says he witnessed it in Springfield.
They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like,
there's also 911 calls reporting groups of men capturing and taking away entire flocks of geese.
And I saw that. I'm like, yeah, this has got to be reported.
So how many geese did they have?
They each had one.
But David Muir says there's no evidence. He's not saying that they haven't found evidence because ABC News sent a crew to Springfield to find out. Instead, he says no official has publicly agreed with that statement. As journalists, we should take the step of investigating first rather than deciding that until an official agrees, it's not happening.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Did you eat that cat?
she had cat hair on her mouth.
Someone got rubber gloves. She's covered in blood.
On Friday, August 16th, a 911 call was made by a distressed cousin after watching her relative's disturbing live stream on Facebook.
911, where's your emergency?
I just was watching a live video of my cousin on Facebook. She killed a cat and is eating it.
Cops instantly attended the scene to find 27-year-old Alexis Telia Farrell kneeling before a deceased cat in front of her neighbors.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Stand up.
Alexis Telia Farrell has been put into custody, where an arraignment of a $100,000 initial bond was set.
Did you eat that cat?
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme. This is, I think, one of the reasons why in this election I actually have the endorsement.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
For us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
I know some people want her to be president, and other people want her to just go away. Me, I'd just be happy for her to get some new material. Here's the vice president this week at the Reading Area Community College.
The point about progress is to have the ability to have a vision and a belief and some faith in what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been. Hey, feels, I don't know, like I've heard that before.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know? What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been.
Kamala Harris.
It's especially true when it comes to the climate crisis, which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on to galvanize global action. With that, I thank you all. This is a matter of urgent priority for all of us, and I know we will work on this together.
Does anybody know what she was saying there? God, can we have some dressing with that word salad?
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
I just want to say, Donald Trump, I mean, I've met him plenty of times. I've had dinner with him. I've been to the White House. He really is that good guy. He's not what the media over there portrays him as. He's a man that really, really cares about normal people, okay? You have the Washington establishment, and we're just the plebes. We're the poorest. They don't want to even talk to us, and whatever will appease them. Trump really wants us to do well. And, it's just... And, you get Kamala Harris, who will say anything that she thinks will get her elected. Not once in the history of the world has a country been taxed into prosperity. Okay? It just doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. Show me one spot where it works. It works nowhere. We all want to raise our kids, go to our own church, make sure our kids do better than we do. Okay, and the government just get the hell out of the way. You have the Democrats and Harris, they literally want to just micromanage our entire lives from cradle to grave. And you know what? I think I know what's best for me. I think you know what's best for you. And what the best thing is for this country is Donald Trump. I mean, if we have 4 more years of this insanity, and I love it when Kamala Harris says on day one she's going to do this and this and this, when, so just do it. You're there already. I mean, like, literally, you could go into the White House and do it, and Biden wouldn't even know you were doing it.
And the Taliban, reminding us of what we had just a few short years ago.
I'll give you my favorite President Trump story. This is my #1 favorite of all time. When we were negotiating with the Taliban, while President Trump was still the president, President Trump wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but he wanted a conditions-based withdrawal. Mm-hmm. Meaning that you do what we tell you to do, and then we will start pulling troops back slowly as long as you abide by our rules. It's President Trump and Mike Pompeo, and they are talking to Taliban leadership in the room, and they had one translator in the room. President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him.
Yes.
Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
Sure did.
Do you know for 18 months not a single American was killed in Afghanistan?
Sure did.
That's the definition of strength. That's what I'm talking about.
And that, folks, is how it's done.